Hello guys, I'm coming to you all the way from the woods. So I'm over here. This is a usual location, a typical location that I come to. It's a few thousand acres, and I like to come over here and get away. I do a lot of exercising here, a lot of trailing. Today I'm walking it, even though I have my bike with me, and I go pretty deep. I go pretty deep in here and get away from everything. There's quite a bit of wildlife here too. I just spotted a snake, a lot of mosquitoes too. Deers you see here, like bobcats and turtles and different things here and stuff like that, and gators. So, but I wanted to kind of come and share with you guys some of the stuff that I've been studying. For those of you that, sorry about that. For those of you that follow me and know me for a while, you guys know that I'm already an active student of the Bible, that I like to go and dig deeper beyond the surface. I mean, that is what we're advised to do, right? Each person is supposed to do that and is encouraged to do that. And so I like to do that. For a few years I've been fascinated with studying Hebrew words, but then I started even going deeper and understanding the concepts, the culture, the mind, the people, the time, which gives you more context on what is really being said. And there's been a particular word that I've been studying. You know, when you start studying the word with the English definitions, you're very limited, right? Even if you go into the Greek definitions, it gives you a bigger picture, but it's not the fullness of it. But if you're trying to get away from the abstract, the ideas and theoreticals, and trying to get a full picture of an action, of something that was really being shown, then you're going to want to go into the Hebrew. But there's even different layers to that, right? I personally like to go into the concrete of the Hebrew, right? Not just the words, but I go into the picture graphic of a Hebrew, of the language. Hebrew language is a very concrete language. It's known to be the language of the senses, which means that it's meant to connect with your five senses. For you to see, taste, feel it, right? Something very tangible. Unlike Greek language, it's very theoretical, abstract ideas, concepts. You know, you could feel smart, with stuff there, but it's not very practical. The Hebrew makes it very simple. So simple that even their words back in the days used to have pictures, kind of like like emojis, to be able to help illustrate. It's a very illustrative language to help illustrate the meaning of something, right? So, interesting enough, the word grace has pictures, and there's a root word to it as well too. So that's what I want to dig into, but I want to kind of walk you through my process. Very basic, very basic. This is a very basic way for those of us that don't know how to speak it. My desire is to speak it, to read it, to learn it, to understand it, and that will be what I want to do. But for those of us that don't know how to speak it, there is a lot of tools that we can use and to study. So we'll start off with Google. Right, so you can use Google, and there's some people walking this way. So what you could do is you could go ahead and basically use Google, and I go in there and I type in Hebrew definition for the word grace, and it's going to give me a few different answers and stuff like that. What I like to do is, from there, I like to choose a tool that is called Bible Hub. So that tool is very helpful. So, how you doing? That tool is very helpful there. It's called Bible Hub. And it's very helpful because It helps you to get the words, and then it helps you to find the actual origin, the root word as well too. And that's a powerful thing there. So right now, when you type in grace in Bible Hub, it's going to give you a word that is called, sounds like if it's the way that we will read it, it will be chen, C-H-E-N. But when you pronounce it in Hebrew, it's totally different. CH is kind of like, the sound is more like if you're clearing your throat. Chen. So it's really chen. That's what is really being said. So in the code, I think is the code that you're going to be able to use as a reference. I think it's 2508. Don't hold me to that though. So you find that. Then from there, you're going to find the origin, which is the root word, which is Hanan. And the code for that one I know, is 2603. So check this out. What I do after that, find the root, the number that I need. Now I go and I use a lexicon. I have a lexicon that gives me the picture graphic of words, letters. It goes back on the, origin, concrete Hebrew, right? What I do is I go in there. It's not a digital one, it's a physical book. And I find that code, 2603. When I find that code, then from there, I go and basically start studying what is really being said. Well, what I discovered about Hanan is that it has two pictures. Remember that they use a lot of little visual pictures to be able to help illustrate the meaning of something. Well, the two pictures in that word, in the letters, is a picture of a wall, which stands for separation and protection, and then a picture of a seed, which stands for life and continuity. Anytime you see that picture of seed, it's more generational continuity of life, like something that's next. Well, anytime you have two pictures in one word, those pictures have to be combined. They need to be put together, right, and become a whole. Well, what is the whole? What is it? What's the whole combination here? A wall that protects and continues protection of life. Okay. So now what's the visual, the picture that we can have here? Well, back in those days, there were a lot of nomads. Nomads are people that didn't have a permanent place, right? So if they didn't have a permanent place, that means that they were in different places, different locations, temporarily, and they would have to set camp. So the way that they used to prepare these campgrounds is they used to build a wall around it with a bunch of different tents. And in the center of it, they used to protect that which was valuable and that which was beautiful, and protect that to preserve it, which was the main families, freedom. Everything inside of that camp stood for freedom and families and the protection of that which was valuable. And they would just have a continuous wall, remember, to protect that, which was a circle. Well, that's interesting. The protection of something, right? To preserve something. Because now we start looking for scriptures that reference, that we could use, that we could find this word in this picture in the Bible. And the first place that the word grace appears in the Bible, surprisingly, it's actually in Genesis chapter 6, verse 8. That's the first place. I'm gonna go this way now. That's the first place that you see that picture. I'm gonna start heading the other way. Well, Genesis chapter 6, verse 8 is, it says, and Noach, CH, remember? And Noach found favor, Hanan, in the eyes of Yahweh. Well, that's interesting, because now that we understand and we get a picture of what grace really looks like, then it shows you what God was really trying to do. God was protecting the seed, right? By creating a protection, which was his own protection and also the ark, to preserve the seed. And God was covering Noah man, these little mosquitoes, covering Noah so that he could preserve the next generation. So God's protection, preserving the seed, surrounding Noah by complete protection to be able to preserve him and preserve that which was beautiful in the eyes of God, right? Interesting enough, the name of Noah actually uses all the letters for grace. It's just in reverse. So Noah actually means grace as well too. So look at that. In his name, the word grace was encoded into it. So what does that mean to you and I? If we see that the character of God is to protect that which is beautiful to him, which is that which is, you know, means something to him, that which is valuable, right? If that's the picture that we get, and we could find multiple different places now in the scripture in the Old Testament where you're going to see that. And it's using the word Hanan. And you're going to see God's protection in multiple different versions in multiple different ways. But at the end of the day, is God's protecting that which is valuable to him and doing whatever it takes. Well, God protected Noah and preserved him by having him built an ark. And then God continued that so much so that he protected us with the next ark, which is his son Yeshua, Jesus Christ, to be able to protect us and put us under a covering in that which is beautiful and meaningful to him. He protects, right? So he's put a wall to protect us. So our job is to go ahead and incline, lean towards that which is beautiful and get close to the encampment, which is God's house, not literally the church or a temple. You can start off with that, but you know, which is more into getting close and drawing close to that which is the beautiful, which is God, so that you can be able to get his full protection, right? That's God's goal, to be able to draw us near to him. He pursues us, and then we respond by drawing near to him, and then we're able to get that protection, which is that grace by the Almighty Yahweh. So hopefully this helps you guys. This was a little basic thing for you guys, but something that I've been studying, and I figured I'll just go ahead and share that with you guys. So I'm walking here, getting bitten by mosquitoes, trying to get my way out of here. All right, guys, I'll probably do another one. Thank you.